Hey y'all, I'm Alex. Welcome to Soil Mates Georgia. It's the beginning of July. I'm out in the garden. Everything's growing like crazy. You got tomatoes and peppers and cantaloupe and watermelon and cucumbers, and even my pumpkins are starting to come up. So I'm gonna give you a little garden tour and show you what I've got going on. This is the view of all of my containers that I have up on this back wall here, and I also have a few back here, so I'll get to those. But starting off on the first ones, these are long keeper tomatoes, and I'm gonna start picking some of these as after I finish the video. That one's ready to pick. I'd like to ripen it on my counter. Look at these Greek peppers. If you've never grown Greek peppers, they grow like crazy and they're so full of flavor, so I definitely recommend those. I've got Carnival Pepper. That one needs to be picked too. Holy cow, that was even better than I thought. That is kind of a variety pack, but a purple one this time, same as last year. I've got Roma Tomatoes, and my Roma Tomatoes are insane. I've showed another one down there. I can't get behind the foliage on this one. And let's see, some jalapenos, and the jalapenos are just starting to come out. There's a little baby up there. If I can, there it is, right at the top here. That's starting to come in. This is my first year growing jalapenos, so I'm excited about that. Rutgers is what I've grown before, and I like them because they produce a lot. But now I've learned that the Roma tomatoes are the ones that are insane. They grow nonstop. I have had a problem this year with more discoloring of the leaves. It looks like something ate that, but also maybe a disease on it. So I'm working on that, and I'm trimming stuff as I go. But my yellow cups back here have been amazing. They're just destroying the pest population. Oh, there's a look at some of those Romas. If I can get back around here. Yeah, there's a better look at the Romas. They grow in just massive bunches, and some that are starting to ripen up there, so I'm gonna have to pick those too. Blueberries are pretty much done for the season. Sorry about that swinging camera there. Oh, there's a tiny one, but it's just kind of dried out. I have two different of those. This is a volunteer, just some of the mulch that I put in. I have, it's like a carrot that popped up and letting it go. I'll trim it at some point. We'll see, maybe I'll let it go. But this is, I don't even know, that might be a cherry tomato. I'm kind of curious what it grows into, and I've got some suckers I need to take off that. This is a delicious tomato. It's more discoloring of the leaves. And these are a little bit bigger than some of the others. So fewer fruit, but bigger. And cherry tomatoes, I think anybody who's gardened and ever tried a cherry tomato knows how easy they are. Look how pretty those are. I'm so excited. I've been eating them as they come off as they redden up. That one actually needs to be eaten right now. Oh, that's good. That is good. And let's see, some more delicious. That one needs to be picked. I'm behind. And some more Roma. I'm gonna have a lot of salsa is my plan if my jalapenos would catch up. Some more Rutgers. Those are looking good. A little bit longer before I can start picking those. And long keepers. These long keepers can get huge. They haven't done it this year yet. That one's getting there, but I've had some that are just massive before. Let's see here, some more Rutgers and delicious. Now I'll go into the pepper alley. I have on all the ones back here, the bigger containers, I have 2 tomatoes and 1 pepper in each of the black pots. The blue containers here, these old mineral feeders from the farm, are just 2 tomatoes in each. And then I get down to this section, the smaller pots here, and they're all peppers. I have different varieties. Just regular bell peppers here. I'm behind on these. Next year, I'm gonna plant my seedlings earlier and try to get these to come out sooner, at least some of them. Greek peppers, and these are starting to come out. This gets a little bit less sun than further down, the first ones I showed, but some of the, yeah, that's ready. Those are coming up. Some more bell peppers. Oh, that one's ready to go too. I'm gonna be eating well today. some Greek, this is listed as Greek pepper, but those look, oh no, green pepper. Yeah, not good with my abbreviations when I have the same letters for two different things. And yeah, here's some more Greek peppers, and these are taking off too. Look at that. God, that is just amazing. These are not hot. They look like they would be maybe because they're a little bit, I don't know, some reason they remind me of jalapenos, but they're not. They just have a ton of flavor. And see, Rutgers again. I have so many this year. Yeah, here's the big bunch there. Look at that. That's just gorgeous. And it's not just that one. On this same plant, there are more of them in here, back here, and more yellow leaves. Yeah, that one's, I can't quite get to it from this angle. And then all the way up here. I've even had to top these tomatoes. I didn't do it last year. I let them just grow and grow, and it was kind of a waste. These some more Roma on this one over here. It's kind of a waste because they got so high I couldn't pick them. And then they got top heavy and ended up falling over and breaking some of the branches, even the pots. Some of the pots way down here ended up falling over. And so I'm avoiding that this year, topping them, and maybe I'm getting more fruit because I topped them. I have my Comfrey down here, which is already finished. It's blooming, but it still is looking good. In this little container, I put out some wildflowers, and I think they're starting to come up, or those are weeds, but I'm letting it go because it's just there. And then I have sunflowers here that all of these, my flowers I got in late, but they're still growing great. So I think I'm gonna have some good sunflowers later. All right, I'm gonna run up to the upper hill up here now. These first two are the ones that I planted, I showed a couple of weeks ago. These are my watermelon, and I'm gonna have to come through here, and I hate to do it, but these need to be thinned out because out of the 4 seeds I put in here, all 4 of them came out. On this one, 3 of them out of the 4 came out. So I'm gonna thin that down to 1. And on this one, 6 of them came out. I guess I even dropped an extra one, but there's a hole here because yesterday Susie came over and grabbed one of those for her garden. And I mentioned in a video last week that her roof got hit by a storm, but also she had some limbs fall on her garden, so she lost a few tomato plants. These are my cantaloupe, and I also gave her some tomatoes out of here, but there's another. This is all the mulch I had in here that was not quite broken down for the seeds. So those came up, and I've let some grow, but now I gave Susie some of these tomatoes also to replace hers. I've got 2 of these that I'm letting come up the vine, up the trellis. The vines come up the trellis. And then I'm gonna have 1 that I'm gonna let come out into the yard more. I'm gonna see how that goes. I haven't done these in this house. I think it's been almost 20 years since I grew cantaloupe. So I'm curious how they're gonna be. And what I need to do, I'm debating this. This has an extra runner, it's split here. So I think I'm gonna come back and clip this and have a single runner come up here. That'll let it produce a little bit better, I think. Over here, I have my cucumbers. 4 of those came up, and I'm gonna have to thin these down. I think I'm gonna remove this middle one and let the other ones go. There's a little plant back here, way back. I planted dill throughout my garden, and I kind of skipped over it on some of the others, but I've got dill coming up alongside almost everything in here. That's supposed to be something to help ward off the pest. We'll see. These, let's see, today is Saturday. I put these cups here out on Wednesday, and they're already getting covered, so I should have put them out sooner, but they're doing their job. You can see where some bugs got in there. And what I haven't done this year, in the past 2 months, I haven't sprayed any neem oil, so I'm seeing how that goes, but now I think I'm getting to the point where I need to go ahead and spray it and protect my little babies out here. So let me run up to the front yard, and I'm gonna show you what I have going on up there. That's where my pumpkins are. This is the back side of the ones I was showing earlier. Yeah, those, look at those. Those definitely need to be picked. And there's my compost tumbler in the background there. And this is one of my yellow cups. This is one that's I think the first one I put out. I might have to replace it soon, but there's still a little room for critters to get caught. All right, I've stepped up to my front yard now, and these cups out here, I put yellow cups out that same Wednesday, 4 days ago now. And these are the protection for my pumpkins out here. So they're getting some. And I intentionally, usually before I do a video, I'll go and clean up some and take the weeds out a little bit. But this is one of the weeds I have here. It's been getting eaten by bugs, so I've decided to let it stay and let it be the one demolished by any predator insects. And then through here, there's some grass growing and some other weeds. And then some of these, I don't know if they're weeds, I put in, there's a strip through here. I don't know if that's gonna show up, sorry about my finger. A strip right through here that I put in for wildflowers, but I got them in late. So I think these are just weeds coming in and not flowers, but I'm leaving them just in case. You can see here, that's where I dug up one of the pumpkins for Susie to take, right there in the middle. But I'm gonna thin that. That big one's gonna stay. Right now they're not fighting for space in the hole that I dug. And so I'm gonna let them grow a little bit more in case one starts getting eaten by insects or something. I'm gonna let them go, and then I'll pick one to be the winner. And I'll just have one there, and then one down on the other end. That's it for me today, y'all. Appreciate you watching. I'm gonna go ahead and start picking some of these peppers and tomatoes. I think I'll throw some of the cherry tomatoes and peppers here in an omelet for lunch today and have a really pepper heavy omelet. Appreciate you watching, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe. I hope y'all are all staying safe out there, and hope your gardens are growing like crazy like ours are. Talk to you later. Bye.